Hey, I'm Paul Levinson, and welcome to Light On, Light Through, episode 310, my review of The Time Traveler's Wife, episode 1.4, and I thought it was a wittier than usual episode of The Time Traveler's Wife on HBO last night, and I'm saying that with the recognition that the dialogue in this series has been pretty witty so far. Well, there are spoilers ahead, so listen at your own peril. Let's see, gray-haired, short-haired Henry is with long-haired Henry at a dinner party with 19-year-old Claire and some significant friends. Now, I just want to make clear, young Henry is not the boy Henry, he's the young adult Henry. Anyway, before the evening is over, we have older Henry from 2021 sharing stock tips with the group in 2008. Buy Netflix and face masks are noted by Gomez among these stock tips. And I have to say, from here in 2022, these are interesting choices. In 2021, both Netflix and face masks were riding high. A year later, Netflix posted some big losses, and face masks have gone out of favor. I was just talking to an old friend earlier today. He no longer wears face masks. Well, I got to tell you, they haven't gone out of favor by me, and I also still think Netflix has a great future. But the even deeper question is one which has challenged medical ethicists for who knows how long. Do you tell a person who's going to die that that's going to happen? The current thinking is yes, but there's an argument that a white lie is better. Let the person enjoy whatever life they have left to the max. And I'd recommend Cecilia Bach's Lying, her book that was published, way back in the 1970s, for more on this ethical issue. You may recall I recommended that same book in my review of the last episode of The Time Traveler's Wife, 1.3, just last week. Anyway, Henry, under pressure, tells a character that she's going to die and that she doesn't have much time left. But he refuses to tell her exactly when. I think that's a sensitive choice. I also think the best part and the deepest value of The Time Traveler's Wife is how it handles such ethical issues. They arise all the time in our off-screen real world where time travel is almost certainly impossible. That's because it engenders too many paradoxes. And by the way, I've written a bunch of articles about that. I'll put a link to at least one of them in the show notes to this episode. But time travel in fiction puts these issues in high relief. It allows us to focus really clearly on the right and wrong way to let people know about such issues as should you tell them how much longer they have to live. And those issues are very serious, but it's both fun and mind-charging to see how well they've been handled in this series. And I hope you enjoyed this review of the 4th episode of The Time Traveler's Wife. I will be back here next week with my review of the 5th episode. I now owe you 2 reviews. That is, reviews of 2 episodes of The Man Who Fell to Earth. What I'll probably do is just do both of them in one upcoming episode of Light On, Light Through. That will happen very soon. And, of course, I've begun to review The Orville. I thought the first episode of the 3rd season was just outstanding, and I'm going to be continuing my review of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. So lots of good things coming up here in the weeks ahead. In the meantime, stay safe, stay sound, and do whatever you can to help those brave Ukrainians get those fascist Putin hordes out of their country once and for all.
The Light on Light Through podcast.
Athens, 2042 AD. She ripped the paper in half, then ripped the halves, then ripped what was left again into bits and pieces of history that could have been. Sierra Waters had read once that, years ago, it was thought that men made love for the thrill, while women made love for the sense of connection it gave them.
Curled Up with a Good Book says, Sierra Waters is sexy as hell. You can find out more about The Plot to Save Socrates by Paul Levinson at theplottosavesocrates.com.
Paul Levinson spills code about an ancient biotech war raging on in secret for centuries.